It's just started without me really intending on, but that's such a good way to start today's video, I suppose, YouTube video. And it's all about me today, yet again. And actually, I suppose life is all about me. I don't mean that really like that, I suppose, but we are all intrinsically. It's about us making sure that we live our best lives, and that's what me, Emma, embracing the menopause is all about. It's about me living my best life and getting as many other women as possible to live their best life. I often get asked, what do I do as a menopause coach? What is a menopause coach, midlife coach, life coach? And that's a question I'm still trying to work out. But I suppose the best way I can do that is to go through a day in my life. But it's going to have a few tweaks because it wouldn't be me without it being a few tweaks. So, and I couldn't decide which day to do because every day is different. So you've got bits of every single day. Now, what I also try to do is, as a coach, I try to lead by example. And that's the good days and the bad days. And I try to live a 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time I'm good, 20% of the time I'm not so good, depending on what it is that we talk about. And I must just add that sometimes, yeah, it gets wrong, the wrong way, the way round, and it's 20-80. Anyway, that's another thing. And my part of my coaching delves into 7 different pillars, my embrace pillars. And I thought I'd just introduce those because I try to, like I say, lead by example. And every day I try to include a little bit of these embrace pillars in my life. So we've got equilibrium, E for equilibrium. I can't even say it today. Anyway, equilibrium. Yes. And that for me is all about breathwork and breathing. So when I wake up, and C is for consistency, and I'll come to that in a minute, but consistency means waking up and going to bed about the same time. I'm good at the waking up. I wake up around 6:30 normally, depending on whether the dog has decided to wake us up a little bit earlier. And then the first thing I do after my hot water and lemon to rehydrate, which is your B for body nourishment, I then will do my breath work, which is about the equilibrium. Now I'm training to be a nervous system regulation breath work coach. And that means that at the moment I've got homework every day. And so I've got to practice my breath work. And I'm focusing on improving the mechanics of my breathing. The reason I'm touching here is because we need to massage our diaphragm quite a bit. So most mornings I try and do a little bit of diaphragmatic massage. And then I do some lateral breathing where I put my hands on my ribs and try and expand my ribs on the in-breath, and then they expand. It's not impand, is it? Sorry. Menopausal moment. The opposite of expand. They do that on the other bit. And then I go into some breathing. At the moment, I spend a lot of the time either doing coherent or cadence breath work. So either breathing in for 4, out for 4, or I lengthen it in for 5, out for 5, in for 6, out for 6. Or then I will do the one where I extend the exhale slightly. So it could be breathe in for 4, breathe out for 6. That depends on where I am, well, whether I'm feeling wired, which is quite regularly, a mix of the two, I've forgotten what that's called, depleted, or whether I'm feeling steady. So I start with equilibrium, my breath work. Then I try to get some movement going because I've found if I don't do movement, in other words, exercise, first thing in the morning, then what will happen is it doesn't always get done. So that could be either taking a walk with the dog and my partner, and we're lucky we live by the beach, so we'll go down to the beach, and I'm hoping that if I can work out how to do the videos, you'll see me now walking along the beach with my dog, and it's a beautiful beach. And when it's nicer weather, it's so lovely to get your feet in the water, and I find that really calms me. The calming activities to calm me are quite important, because I find that I get quite anxious a lot of the time. So I do incorporate that. If I don't do a walk, I will do some exercise. I might sometimes do both, depending on what my day is doing and how I'm getting on with my day. So exercise could be yoga. It could be a bit of weights, because we need to move and strengthen our muscle to avoid osteoporosis. And yeah, to help our metabolism and help our bodies, fuel our bodies as well, with the keeping us working. So I will do that, or I'll do doing this 30-day challenge at the moment with my tribe, whereby we do squats every day. I might include that in the video, but I think you might just see a random like little yoga thing I do, because I also like to stay flexible, so do some yoga work. So that's E for equilibrium, M for movement. I've already mentioned B for body nourishment. I love baking bread, and I'll make either sourdough or a wholemeal loaf. Not every day, but quite a bit. And then, of course, I eat a lot. Yeah, always with protein though. And I also love to make overnight oats, where I include oats, fruit, my collagen, because I do take collagen, and yogurt, full fat yogurt, and peanut butter. I love peanut butter. So I include that and some seeds on top. And that helps to fill me up. Often I eat that because I not only am I coach, I also tutor. So I tutor Spanish. God, I can only think of French at the moment. I tutor German too. So heute habe ich ein bisschen Deutsch gelehrt. Ich habe nur eine Studentin, aber wir machen die Abitur zusammen. And so twice a week, I will do some German tutoring. I also do some Spanish. Y tengo 3 estudiantes con quien hablo español. Y hacemos el GCSE y practico con ellos. So I do the tutoring 2 or 3 times a week as well. And often I will do that when I'm eating I'll eat my yogurt when I'm doing that. Gosh, let's go on to R. R is restoration. That can include rest, recovery, holistic support, your restoration, and of course, relaxation. And by that, my key focus is sleep. I can't always go to bed at the same time every day. Why not? Because my partner he gigs a lot and he does open mics, so I go along to support, of course. So that means sometimes we have late nights, but like I said, we do try to get up early. I'm lucky, I sleep really well. I think I do generally, apart from when the dog wakes me. But it's really important to get our sleep and rest. The rest I don't do so well, so I am really trying to include that and the breath work is actually really helping to relax me and rest me. Relaxation, how do I do that? I do my art. And I, twice a week, will go to 2 different art groups. I've got a Kick Up the Arts, and a little plug there for a Kick Up the Arts with Claire Jo Harmer. And then I'll also go to Red 5, a little art studio in Gumpton, with Rose Elliott. And both of those groups, it's all about community, which again is my C. C is for consistency and community, and creativity. And for me, community is really, really important. Having been a teacher, I find that I missed my community when I became a coach, because it can be quite lonely. And so I decided to make my own communities and find my own communities. So I've got my art community, which helps me to relax. And hopefully you'll see me now doing a little bit of painting with my art community. And then, I don't know how, yoga, I suppose, is the only other way I relax. Then I've got A for awareness, which is my mindset, my psychology. So every day I do write an intention. I've done it for 505 days. Yes, get in. Because I very much believe that we need to have intentions about what we're going to do and how we're going to work in the day, and to make ourselves feel better. So today's intention is get shit done, because I've got a deadline, so I need to get shit done. And this is where I'm going to put in the bit about me working, and you're going to have a look. And so at least once a day, if not most of my day, I spend in my office, depending on the weather. And I love my office space here. I do my yoga. I will do some my artwork and my coaching work, which can incorporate one-to-one coaching. I've got my tribe group. We meet online. I spend a lot of time having to do posts, which I'm not so keen on. And I don't do so much of, because I decided back at Christmas that I wanted to enjoy the process. So I do posts that I enjoy doing. And I spread the word. So I also have set up a group down in one of the local piano bars, my friend's new piano bar, the Black Ivory Piano Bar. And I meet women there once a week, and hopefully you'll see a little video of that now. And in there, I'm also going to start doing some talks, but that's another video, I think. So anyway, that's about mindset psychology. I also actually will say I do my oracle cards, because I find it just helps to balance me, helps me to decide things sometimes, and helps me think about the path I'm on. Okay, so C, I've mentioned a couple of times: consistency, community, and then finally we've got E, empowerment. And what does empowerment mean? It means that it's your voice, your choice, and it's my voice, my choice. And I've decided that I want to share my new knowledge and lack of ignorance about my body with the world and as many women as possible. And I want to make sure that the remaining years of my life, and hopefully quite a lot of them, are going to be good years where I can do the things I want to do, and try new things. So it could be going and singing on stage. I'll try and get a video of that, or just a photo perhaps. It could be my artwork, which I haven't, I've only just started doing that in the last 2 years. And it's helping women as well, which is really important to me, because I've got 2 daughters, a niece, I've got 2 granddaughters, and a 3rd grandchild on the way. Who knows what that child will be? Anyway, it's about empowering people, and it's about me, Emma, embracing midlife, embracing the menopause, and embracing the rest of my life. Hopefully you've had a really lovely, interesting tour of my day, my week, my time, and God knows what it will eventually turn out like. But hopefully you have enjoyed this. Have a lovely day.